Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
Okay, it is Thursday night. You ladies ready? This is the Detroit After Dark podcast.
Can we say what's up? What's up?
Okay, it's officially Tupac Day. Everybody say happy birthday, Pac.
Most definitely.
Okay. We got some special guests today. We got one lady that's on her way. She ain't got here yet, but we have Mimi here. And we're going to introduce her after we introduce myself. I'm Peasy. Peasy says, Princess, whatever you want to call me. And we have my co-host, Miss.
I'm Lita Ford. I mean, I guess I'm Lita Ford. I don't know. I'm on like my second,
Lita
third
Ford.
marriage. You know what I mean? Elizabeth Taylor in here. But I said what the fuck I said. You know what I mean? Kris Jenner just got married for a third time. I don't know.
Kris Jenner be running
Let me
through
tell you
them.
something about me. As long as they keep proposing, I'm going to keep getting married.
I have an aunt whose theory is that. She be like, I just see what it's like.
Okay? Listen. I'm
Living life.
One day it might work.
Okay, we got Miss Tawana. Talk to him. Tell him who you are.
Loudmouth, aka I guess if you gonna bust my governmental Tawana.
I mean, then say it on there.
I know I hate it though. Tawana Bowler, aka Miss Loudmouth, aka My Big Mouth. I'm on all social media.
Can you talk like you was talking to that man at
We're not even gonna get into that, Lord Jesus. I cannot laugh like that again. And our
Where can I stand on
special
topic?
guest, our lovely chocolate guest. Tell the people who you are, baby.
Hey, I am Mimi. Miss Loudmouth told me I'm Miss Kitty Mimi today.
Okay.
I'm the kitty cat today.
Her name.
I'm the kitty cat. I'm
And
on
what's your
social
friend
media.
name that we waiting on?
Shit. You don't ask me questions like that on the spot. Her name is Ray.
Okay,
She
Ray,
gonna
we
be
waiting for
Miss
you to
Ray of
shine on
Sunshine,
in.
right?
Okay.
That's what we gonna do.
She is.
And we got Mimi gonna be our little chocolate Nutella.
Ray
tonight.
chocolate too, so I'm the only. So we got. I don't know, Tawana. You like brown skin chocolate? I don't know.
You
What
know
you
what?
classify
You
as.
you
know
slide
what?
in the
I-
middle.
Yeah, I like to say I'm
You're
a
not
nice,
quite in the house.
I'm a Hershey
You kind of on the
milk
porch.
chocolate bar. No, I'm the one that's breastfeeding the kids. You know what? And I work in the kitchen.
And you do both.
You
Yeah.
definitely worked in the kitchen with the
and
man.
like,
I
he only
did
come
too.
fuck me on Fridays when he bored off the whiskey. So I got it good. I got a room in the house.
And that brings us to tonight's show topic.
We talking about
Oh,
colorism.
colorism. We talking about our brown skin.
In honor of Juneteenth, you know what I mean? 'Cause
Okay.
Juneteenth coming around.
Okay,
Are y'all
okay.
celebrating Juneteenth?
Absolutely.
Period.
Are you celebrating the 4th of July?
Who?
I don't know.
Say
Excuse
what?
me. The 4th of July ain't been the 4th of July.
I mean,
for me
I'm
for
going
years.
barbecue
That's
because
barbecue and fireworks
I'm
day.
black. Other than that, I really don't
I
care to
don't
be
know.
The 4th
celebrating
of July
nothing.
never really mattered to me. I realized a long time ago that, like, what the fuck am I celebrating? Like, and then
Who's
I-
independence?
Yeah, because I
wasn't mine.
I don't understand it. Like I felt that way before Juneteenth came
Yeah.
to the forefront, and that was something
Like
we celebrated.
Nikki, one of our loyal lawyer callers, Nikki said
She was supposed to be here today for
that
the
she
chocolate
never
girls.
knew that. I mean, her older relatives were saying they never heard about Juneteenth when they never was taught about
Right.
Juneteenth.
I've been educating people all day at work. They like Juneteenth,
But I
and
heard about.
colorism,
I
'cause
mean,
they was
I
on
heard
my
about
podcast.
Juneteenth when I was younger. Like
did too.
I heard about it. It was never like a socially celebrated
Is it
thing.
Galveston,
Now I knew
Texas?
what it
It's
was.
Galveston, Texas. So since we brought it up, so it had Juneteenth exists because Galveston, Texas was the last people to get free. Can you imagine being on a fucking plantation and everybody else free and
And
your
you don't
ass
know
still
it.
working?
You don't
That's
fucking know
fucked up.
So you just the last one. Everybody been free for weeks. So you,
Y'all
Years,
just didn't get the, y'all ain't get the memo for years.
years.
wow.
You just still
Still
slaving.
slaving.
I mean, I guess it's a better edged story because I mean, sharecropping is slavery. What is sharecropping? Slavery. You know what I mean? So
Look,
Basically, that's all it was.
that's all it was.
It was just glorified
Glorified.
slavery.
Yeah, that's all sharecropping is.
And you know, given the fact that this week is coming up is Juneteenth, and we are talking about colorism, it's crazy because the basis of colorism is really us talking about us.
The basis of colorism come from slavery.
Exactly.
Right.
We are a culture. I think that we need to learn and accept that we are our own fucking culture. Like, and I know that because when I was talking to my colleagues and stuff about colorism, a lot of the white women was like, "What the fuck is that?" So
think
we
it's racism.
are our own
Think
culture.
colorism can't exist in them because they ain't got no color.
They want
You know
Yeah.
what? Their colorism assists in their hair.
Yeah.
if she's a blonde.
And that's how I
she's a
explained it.
redhead.
That is exactly how I
If she's,
explained it.
You know what I'm saying? That's how they kind
Yeah,
of.
I
That's
guess
Redheaded
that's a good one.
stepchild. That's
Yeah.
how I
That's a good
explained it, actually, Princess. I was like, I was like, the only thing that I could think that I would explain it is like somebody with red hair. Y'all treat redheaded people
or ginger.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah.
That's
They
white
trailer
colorism, I guess.
How they go to
Yeah.
trailer trash.
And
Oh, trailer trash is a good way for the yep.
Absolutely.
Yep, that's
for
a good way.
our viewers who may not be hip, when we say colorism has roots in slavery, could you imagine being on a plantation and you really beefed out with who should be the person that you are working with to try to come up with a plan to get free anything, but that bitch light skinned it, and she get to go in the house and
And
have
she get to wear
fun.
beautiful
I don't know,
dresses
Tawana.
and
I
gowns
think that,
and
I think
everything.
colorism is more in our generation. I think in slavery everybody was so low
No.
that we
No.
didn't have time to do
Where's
that.
that? You brought it with you. I can
No.
use this as an example.
The brown
paper
paper
bag.
bag.
That's not slavery. That's
No.
but that,
going
that
into,
stems from colorism.
But that's going into Jim Crow. That ain't slavery.
No, that's before Jim Crow. That's
No,
20s
it's not.
and 30s.
Yeah,
where they would,
That's not
They
Jim.
wouldn't let them
Jim
in
Crow
a
was
certain-
20 and 30s. You got to think about that. So there
Yeah.
after the civil rights, there was the Reconstruction. The Reconstruction is where we were trying to figure out. They was trying to give black people stuff, and then people got into politics and they ruined that. And then you got Jim Crow. So when you was a slave, trust me, them light skinned slaves and them black slaves all was in that shit together.
Oh, no.
It was too
Absolutely.
low.
Well,
you still everybody got their ass beat. It was all the
Actually,
same.
the crazy part is they had them so mentally locked down. It is documented cases of black people turning on black people. That is not
Absolutely.
No,
uncommon.
that's absolutely true.
That's
because-
black slave catchers.
Because they
Absolutely.
made sure to implant in us that this person is better than you because their hair or their color or their status, and we just took that little package and carried it with us. And even now, we're just now in 2022 getting to the point where we accept the natural girl, the dark-skinned girl, where people will say Napita Luongo is beautiful. Because I remember when she first dropped and everybody was like, she be cute if she get some hair.
There was a model before her who had short
Oh,
hair. I
that
can't
pretty,
even think
pretty
of her
chocolate
hair.
girl.
Yeah, I
she was
can't think
like
of her
bronze.
name.
Oh, I cannot think of her name. and
But
I
she
know
was
who
it
you're
was a
talking
model
about.
before her. I remember I said this last week. I as a light skinned woman, like when I'm in a club, the rappers gonna
You
hype
said
me.
the songs make
yeah.
you feel good.
They gonna hype me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I need a long hair, thick red bone. There are not as many songs about
Not in the
dark-skinned
club
women, you know
at
what I mean?
all. There's no clubs that's like
The
shaking
only
chocolate.
motherfucker that's gonna give me a song for me is Lizzo. Fuck all y'all. I'm tired of this shit. By the way, shout out to them kids who, when I got in and out the pool yesterday, kept singing "It's about damn time." Fuck you and your mama.
I like that song. That's my shit.
Bro, every time I
my
got in and out
shit.
the pool, they was singing it. Fuck
Kids,
you.
I mean.
That's my shit.
So, have you experienced colorism in your own personal life?
The crazy part is, I am fat before I'm black.
Really, Nikki? I wonder if
Deadass.
Nikki watching because remember she said she felt black
Deadass.
before she felt fat.
No,
I always felt fat
the
before I felt black.
The fat, I get more sizeism than I get colorism.
Sizeism. That's one I haven't heard before.
Baby,
It's a real thing.
Let me
guess-
tell you,
I guess it is.
I told Lita and
It's like
Princess,
it's like you proud of yourself because you're big. Like, oh, you do
yes,
that, big girl.
The
like,
last time we
what
went
does that
out,
got to do with
every
anything?
time we go somewhere, I get somebody who gives me a thumbs up, a high five, or you work it, girl, because I'm not ashamed of what
They're
my
giving you
body
big
structure
girl
is.
props, I
Yeah,
guess is it.
but I hate it because it's so condescending. Because
It's like
I
saying, "You
don't
pretty for a
need
dark-skinned
your
girl."
fucking approval. I do not need you to high five me like, oh, look at that big girl. She's so brave. She's out in hood red
Yeah.
shorts with a rollout. Like, bitch, yes, I am. Bitch, I had to get dressed today. I don't need you to compliment me. So I've always got my size over my color. I didn't even really, like, I had maybe like a racist neighbor when I was younger. I didn't even experience racism fully until I moved to Texas. And it's crazy. I had 2 wild experiences with a white person. And for me, like the one bad experience, I was shook because it was just something I hadn't incurred. And then in college, hanging out with a 6'4" white boy everywhere we went, I had people look at me, and the crazy part is they would say something about him hanging out with a fat girl over a black girl.
Really?
What the fuck?
That's interesting.
I've never really experienced like colorism because I'm kind of like in
Fat-
between.
Wood grain.
I'm really, I'm not, but I was when I was younger. My mom and my stepdad had separated, and we went to go live in the burbs. So that was my first time being around predominantly white kids, and I really got it then. And that's when I really saw the difference, that because before then it didn't matter to me. Everybody was everybody because my family is blended. Y'all know that my family is blended, you know, so my family is blended. So it never really occurred to me that we were separated because of our color until I was the black kid at the school.
Yeah.
And then the bad white girls want to hang with you because you the black kid, but I'm not a bad kid, so this is not my persona. So I definitely didn't like it, and I hurry up and got the hell up out of there. I was like, I need to be back with the black kids because I'm not feeling it at all.
Mimi?
More so when I was a kid.
How old are you,
Sit up a
Mimi?
little bit
I'm
more.
30.
Okay, so you old enough for the African booty scratcher jokes?
All of that. I got
Yeah.
all of that. Black girl nappy hair. I used to hate going swimming.
Oh,
I used to hate going swimming when my hair was in a ponytail. Because when I come out, I
Boo.
look like I'm silly, and I'm getting all of that. I'm getting all of that. And it took me to middle school, high school to motherfuckers start hitting on me, and I realized that I was fine. And it was like, oh, you fine for a dark skinned girl, and I
So condescending.
Why is
but
that?
at
That's a
that
backhand
time it
compliment.
wasn't. At the time it wasn't because I never was getting it.
You didn't
And
So
you didn't know.
it's
You
Until
didn't
I got
know.
older. Until I got older, I'm like, wait, you can't like no. What do you mean?
I'm pretty because I'm pretty.
Right.
Why is
I'm
it
pretty.
that
the
all
sake for a dark skinned girl, that's
Yeah.
if dark skinned girls ain't pretty.
Yeah.
Right.
You know
Or
what I'm
Why is
like
it that
I
all
get where
the-
you wear it well, like
Yeah.
like
Oh,
you,
I hate
like
that.
I get that, you know, as far as being.
I mean, I know
bigger-
you
a
kinda
bigger girl.
big, but you
wear
wear
it
well.
well, or you not shaped funny. Like, how do you think that make me feel? Like, I don't want to hear that.
It
Yeah.
is crazy that if you were in elementary school or middle school and you got teased for like short hair or having like a thicker, tighter curl pattern, because we didn't know shit about 4C hair
Yeah.
type and all
Hell
that.
no.
The shit was just nappy.
Yeah.
And you transition into high school, then the same dudes who like teased you and shit, all of a sudden
all
like,
they did.
hey, what's up, dog? Like, what the fuck?
I'm not feeling
So
it no
Mimi,
more.
That's
did this
exactly how
come
it
from
was.
your family or was it just outsiders?
No, more so outsiders.
Okay.
My family, my father is the youngest of 14 kids.
God
I'm the
damn.
youngest grandbaby.
I get it.
So I
was
was,
spoiled.
I
You
was,
was
I'm
spoiled.
spoiled as hell. I never knew nothing about it outside of going to school and hearing it. You
And
know,
that's
stuff
a
like that.
blessing.
Yeah, I didn't grow up. I grew up on love. I wasn't raised.
That's a
on
blessing.
survival.
And that's a
on
difference
love.
too.
Amen.
People,
It's a difference.
Amen. I grew up on love.
Yeah,
people
I
that's
was-
raised on love and people
Yeah.
that's raised on survival. I've had this
Yeah.
conversation several times
I
with
grew up
people.
on
It's
love.
completely
Yeah.
different.
Like my family,
Oh,
they
yeah.
would always say, like, you know, like you get like her little black butt, but it wasn't just to
I
me.
gotta-
It was to everybody. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? We all
Yeah.
down. My daddy is from Dublin, Georgia. All of us burnt black.
Yeah,
Like,
so I got a light skinned son and I got a chocolate son, and I call my baby chocolate, but I call him baby chocolate out of love. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And
'cause
that's
he-
what I was about to say. They
yeah.
calling her little black girl. Like, that was
Yeah.
almost a compliment.
Yes.
Yeah,
back
it was.
then, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Like, I
it
want you
wasn't.
to know
It
that-
wasn't
Pretty
being
little black
condescending.
girl. You know
It's
what I
an
mean?
I love my
asset.
I got a
And it was
cousin down
different.
south called Black Girl. That's what they
Yeah.
call her. That's her
And down
name.
south, it was a difference in coming up here and being at home and you at school and your little black ass. Like,
yeah, it's a
okay,
term of endearment at home.
Yeah,
I got more
yeah.
ridiculed about my name than anything growing up. Like,
I mean, I
who's
had a
name
weird
Princess?
name.
Like, so
Yeah.
I got.
Oh, you
know,
special?
Yeah.
Like, bitch, I am.
And then I for middle school, I went to the school my mom worked at, so I definitely got
A
got
little
it there.
favor treatment. I mean, as a light
But
skinned
my
girl,
mom
I
is
got
fair
teased too.
skinned. My
I
mom
don't
is
think
very fair.
I don't think light skinned. Y'all don't know that y'all tease light skinned people. And I
Oh,
could,
yeah, we do.
I could be. I always tell people
No,
like,
we
if it's
do.
a light skinned spectrum, I'm definitely on the front end of that motherfucker.
Bro, no, you no, you at the end, baby. If
Okay.
it go from darkest to lightest, like you like
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
notches
It's
Yeah.
from
people
the
lighter
end.
than you.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
listen,
but-
I am on, especially because I'm not mixed. Both my parents is
Ma'am,
black.
speaking of light skin, I really hope that these past few days that you've been out here with sunscreen. Black folks,
Nah.
we need sunscreen.
Uh-uh.
Put some
Okay.
fucking sunscreen on, bro.
That's
If
Alex.
it's
Sound
in my
Alex.
BB cream, that's the only way
Alex
I'm wearing
said
it.
black people need sunscreen and sunglasses because
She's not
we
lying.
don't want to catch
Skin cancer.
melanoma.
I want a
Yeah,
tan. That's what when I lived in Florida, I used to lay out in the sand. and
Okay,
everything. I want
but
a
you
tan.
can do that with a little sunscreen on to make sure
I'm
your
gonna die
ass don't burn
anyway.
up.
You know that, Tawana. I ain't scared
Oh,
of shit.
bitch, I hate you. I
I'ma
hate
die
you.
anyway.
Can't say
She
these
live a
things.
very
You can't say
fearless
these
life.
I'm
Well,
fearless.
the big
Catch me in my next life.
the big debate right now as far as colorism goes with the treatment of women. I seen a debate online about the treatment of women in a strip club because I want to say was it
Great point.
I don't know if it was Boosie or no
It was Joe Button.
Yep, he was in the club and
Joe
they said
Budden.
Joe Budden don't like black girls because he ain't throw no money on the black girl, and he had to check off and be like, no, y'all just recorded a split screen, but then it opened a bigger debate because Cardi B got in it and was like, let's not talk about how there's not it's not colorism in strip clubs.
Twan, I feel like you got this all mixed up.
What? No,
Yes.
Cardi B did
'Cause-
say something.
So Joe Budden went to the strip club and he said that he was sick of all the women being cookie cutter and looking the
but
same.
prior to that, somebody, was it Kodak Black? I really need to look. Somebody was in a strip club and they were throwing money, and they had a clip of this
Because
rapper.
Joe Budden was just with the chocolate girl. Did
Yeah.
y'all see him grabbing her titty?
Yeah, but they got a
You ain't see
clip
that?
I ain't
of
see
this
it.
rapper only throwing money on a light skinned girl.
I'm not surprised.
And then the rapper, whoever it was, came back and was like, y'all took a piece of a clip because I was throwing money on everybody. And then the dark skinned girl from the video came out and was like, he is not colorist. He was throwing money on me all
can't
night.
remember who that was.
I
do
cannot
I
remember
didn't
which
see the
rapper it
story.
is, but it brought up a bigger question because Cardi was like, let's not act like these strip clubs don't have a type.
Absolutely.
They want light skin, big booty. They want you to look Latino.
Yeah, she said she couldn't dance at Latin night when she had her
Wait a minute.
braids because she didn't look Latin enough.
Let's not. We can backtrack from the strip clubs. How about some of these fast food restaurants?
Okay, we were
Got
just
a
talking about
type.
that today.
Bucharest.
Bucharest.
Yeah.
Some of
Okay.
these liquor
Yeah.
stores got a
Twin
type.
Peaks.
So I'm
No,
saying?
let's
Got
talk
a
about
type.
these
Some
conies.
of these gas stations. They
Oh,
got
Connie's
sisters
type.
working. They
If
all
your
got a
pony
type.
don't have a light skinned big booty chick who kind of retarded and you gotta repeat your order 4 times, your food is trash. If it's not
Coney Island.
if it's not 4 fruit flies and it's been 2 murders in that bitch, the shit is trash. Don't go there. If it's clean,
Bucharest for sure.
oh yeah.
Bucharest
Yeah.
for sure.
That's the number
I think
one
you
one
gotta
on the
come
list.
in with
Sure, I'll
yoga
throw that
pants
out
on.
You know what?
So to me, a light skinned woman is like a blonde hair white girl. Like we have that.
It's a type. Yeah, it's a fantasy.
So the world feeds in white America blonde hair. Oh, don't let you have blue
But light
eyes.
skin don't always equal cute.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
The
done
blonde
seen
hair
other-
don't always
Hold
equal
on.
you cute.
So wait,
Hell no.
talking of colorism, I have a story. So my first, when I was in 7th grade, it was this black ass bitch. Her name was, I'm gonna leave her name out. I just thought about it, like don't say her name.
Okay, don't do
Right.
do her like old girl did.
Right.
You fucked Tavy.
But we walk into class one day, mind you, this school in particular, all of the kids there went from like 1st to 8th. I started at 8th because my school only went to 1st to 7th. And we got in a big ass fight, and my ex-boyfriend shot at some hoes because they tried to jump me. This is all real. So I couldn't go to Noble with everybody else.
I was
had
supposed to go to Noble.
I had to go to Commonwealth. So this day I'm walking to class, little dark skinned girl. She walked by me and she like, "What's your name again?" I'm like, "I'm Tawana. How you doing? I'm new." You know my friendly ass. I've been friendly. She like, "You are so cute. I feel so bad for you." What? For what? And she said, "It's just you're so fat." I'm like,
What?
who's gonna really want you? And you're gonna be alone or probably die early. She said some whole shit. I'm paraphrasing here because my memory is shiesty over the years. So anyway, I come up with a plan. I'm gonna take her nigga. Was her nigga cute? No, but all his features was cute. He was light skinned with sandy brown hair, some light brown eyes, and some thick ass pussy eating lips. Now, real talk, do you remember going to the drive-in and the licorice would be singing? That's what he looked like light skinned. I ain't even bullshit. He was not fucking cute, but back then he was fine as fuck.
So you took her nigga as revenge.
Took her motherfucking nigga. When I tell you I didn't go to graduation because I had parents calling me hoes. I had teachers.
What grade was this?
This is 8th grade. I had a teacher. I tried out for a play, Kilty. She said.
So you got slut shame.
Yes, I don't feel comfortable letting
So
you.
now we have slutism.
Like,
Slut shame is a real thing.
Slut shame is real.
This nigga was ugly.
Hoe is life.
Why are you bashing me over this old Winnie the Pooh fucking skinny ass looking cracked out virgin ass nigga?
That's old girl, I think.
Like, how
Oh yeah,
the
that's she
fuck?
at the door.
How dare you? Like, I'm a fucking Paul. Like, I'm appalled over this. And I really didn't want the nigga. Like, he really wasn't even my first. I lied and told him he was. I fucked a whole other nigga. Like, it's like 3 niggas who think they my first. Real talk. Like, shout out to y'all. Like, roll the dice on who you are.
Roll the dice.
Somebody ain't it. That's all I'm gonna say. But they was really on his dick, and it was crazy. Like, looking back at it, I was like, why the fuck did I even take him? I really should have just
wanted
said
revenge
fuck
for
you.
your fashion.
No, don't get me
So
wrong.
you tell it.
Yeah.
So like, Nikki, are you watching this? Nikki watching? Nikki last
Nikki
week
is in there.
told us
Y'all
that.
gotta read the comments.
I'm sorry. Let me go
How
read
you
the
doing,
comments.
honey?
She just
You
said,
can come squeeze in right
Welcome.
we saved this spot for you.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God, she's
We're talking about
adorable.
colorism.
She is.
So
I don't
we,
even
so you
wanna
gotta
say
tell
nothing
us.
inappropriate to her. You just look so innocent.
You would be. You
and-
would be. You
You
would
better
be
give
you.
her the same treatment you
Hey,
gave
everybody
her.
else.
You gotta stay. Y'all keep talking.
Oh yeah.
So Nikki said that she felt like her dark skin was over her weight. Like her being dark was always the issue that she got hit with the most. The issue that was more insecure for her was her complexion.
And I promise, the only thing that was hard for me about my complexion is I went through maybe like a 2-year phase where I went through the fat black neck. Like, I still got it. My neck a little darker than the rest of me. Fuck y'all. I exfoliate.
So
It
Ray,
just
you
don't get a
missed
lot
it.
of sun.
You got to tell us your colorism thing with being a dark skinned chick.
Like, have you
We
had
got
any
Mimi. So
experience?
Ray, Tawana, Princess Peasy, and this is Mimi.
So what's your nickname for tonight? What's your nickname for tonight?
Ray. That's
I called you Ray of Sunshine. Yeah.
Right.
Yes, you were supposed to be the ray of sunshine.
Okay.
that's
So
that's my.
You're not my little Hershey Kiss because I like this little red lip. You,
Oh,
like,
thank you.
I gotta focus on the show.
I gotta take Tawana out of town.
I'm really gonna say some
We in that
inappropriate shit. Oh, period. If we come to your city, just know I'm
We
shutting
in
that
that
bitch down.
Okay, you better know
Okay.
it. Somebody invite me to their city. Can you pay for all 5 of us to go? Like, listen.
Can we
Yes.
post y'all
It would be a party that you would never forget.
Okay.
Okay, Ray, you gotta tell us
Can I
about
be
your
FaceTime
experience.
Okay, so I'm actually lighter than what I used to be when I was younger.
Oh.
And I really don't know how that works, but that's
Is that
how
a
it works.
mental thing or you feel like that?
No, literally. So like the older I got, it was like.
Well, you have a beautiful complexion. I will
I
say
was
that.
gonna say.
Beautiful
Well,
complexion.
thank you. I appreciate that. I'm just now starting to appreciate it because it was made to be dirty. That's what I was called.
Oh yeah.
I was called Mighty Joe Young.
Listen, I hope tonight kill that. Stop doing that, y'all.
Baby.
It was crazy, and like I'm 35. My daughter is 8 years old. She's actually darker than myself,
And she
and
getting it.
and guess what? She is gonna grow up and have confidence way
Baby.
earlier than I had
Baby.
because I had none because people made me feel like
Okay.
I
Shout
was
out to
ugly
Mom.
Yeah.
Shout out to
because I was dark skinned. Like I was
Hopefully
skinny.
this show, that's what the purpose of this show is, that y'all can stop with that. Like for real.
It definitely
Stop.
needs to be
Well,
brought to the forefront.
let's
Beauty is not in complexion.
Let's
It's
be
not.
honest. It's just now. I think it's what was it, Vogue or something. They had a whole editorial with extra dark skinned
I
girls.
think I seen it.
And
It was
don't get me
beautiful.
wrong, the pictures were beautiful, but it was still a controversy.
It
Because
was.
Vogue wanted to play so much into the dark skin that they actually darkened their skin.
Did they darken their skin?
Yes, that was the issue with the
Wow.
whole.
Some of the girls,
Everybody
yeah.
said, why were they so poorly shot? Because the color. Hold on,
I
heard
took
you.
it as couture because like some of their hair ain't, it would be okay in the hood, but it's couture. You know what I mean? Like they always fucking up on some hair.
Yeah, but it was a big old controversy about it, and people were like, they took what could have been a beautiful moment and they skewed
Can we pull it up? Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, please, and they said they skewed it because it was like they didn't know what to
mine?
do.
They
with
never
them.
know what to do with our hair. Are you kidding me?
They didn't
Yeah,
know
you
what to
got.
do. With
We had a
them.
cut, but
And it's just now getting to the point where a lot of models and stuff will tell you, especially darker skin, I bring my own makeup. I do my own hair and makeup because that's the only way I'm gonna look.
that's a good
Yep.
conversation for chocolate
Yep.
girls because
Absolutely.
y'all can't find y'all skin tone.
No,
It's
absolutely.
just now come a thing where you can find your
Oh
skin
yeah,
tone.
now
Or-
it's popular.
But
Y'all
it's
have to
it's
spend
hard
money.
to. It's still kind of depending on the brand. It's still
Wait,
kind of hard
Mimi-
to match.
Yeah.
What was you gonna say?
What's our lady here? Newscaster who always go. She used to take-
Mario, not
Yes.
Mario Lou.
Yes.
Yeah, Mario Lou. I love Mario
But
though.
they do her so.
Oh, here it is. Okay,
Babe,
so
no,
that's it.
it's
You
not
gotta spit on the
Marielle.
picture, my bad.
It's the other chunkier,
Oh
dark
my
skinned lady
God.
that's on the
Alicia or something.
Baby, look, if somebody know her Instagram, can reach out to her, baby. I ain't a stylist or nothing, but I know a little something about some lace glue,
Wow.
and I know a little something about a
That's
foundation.
crazy.
Look, you
That's-
see
that's the
how-
dark skin
So
Vogue.
this is the photo, and the controversy with the photo was a lot of their shots were poorly lit. It looks like they worked to darken them up because some of these women are not this dark in real life. The wardrobe, they said like some of it wasn't befitting to their color. Like, baby, when I tell you the black masses, black Twitter critique this down to the bone.
Okay.
But
Crazy, look at it because I like it.
we
Yo. I
still
thought
gonna
it was
appreciate
lit.
it for
So-
what it is, a shine on darker skinned women who normally don't get that.
It's like a blackface type thing.
No, listen, there are people in Africa that have that complexion.
Yeah,
But I know
it
this
is.
model on the bottom.
It is.
She isn't this dark.
Yeah,
But
which one?
Exactly.
But even from here, looking at that picture, it looks dark.
Those
It
are
doesn't
it's
look-
people
Yeah.
It
in
doesn't look
Africa
like a
that that
bright
complexion
skin,
go.
but it doesn't look like.
And
a
like-
bright
Well, you know,
skin
so
Mexican.
Apple phone got that thing. So like, recently,
It's not Apple,
that,
it's Google phone.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about. They're talking about being able to take
our
pictures
complexion
of
right.
people of darker complexion.
And
But you
make
got to
it
go
right.
even if you think about like tattoos. Like they just now figuring out how to put color into dark skin.
Pause. All my black dudes out there, please do your fucking homework. I got one shitty tattoo. I'm gonna cover it because I hate it. But baby, do your
think it's
homework.
couture,
'cause
y'all. I like it.
Every
No, I
It's
like
pretty. Artists
like
don't know how to
it.
tattoo.
I like
Artistry
it.
It's
I just
beautiful.
the thing for me is though, whenever I like for me, my makeup adds a little bit more color to my face.
do you use
So
Fenty?
Fenty?
Yep.
Okay, so I purchased a makeup some foundation. I used it one time because it didn't match. Like
Look.
it wasn't.
I made
it.
like 3 different colors. Who
Fenty
you
will give
use?
you. Yeah, I was gonna ask.
It's called Stay Ready Cosmetics.
I was gonna say another one is something Queen that I hear a lot about.
I like Juvia's Place. Have you ever tried Juvia's
They
Place?
they got
Juvia
good.
Place is lit.
Yeah, they got
But
good.
I am a newbie to makeup. Don't let this be fool you. So I'm still trying to learn. I'm still trying to find a nice coverage for the summer because I be trying not
Okay,
to sweat
because
through.
I'm
Now, that's Stay Ready- Stay Ready
and
Cosmetics.
eyelashes.
Waterproof, sweatproof. I got some of it on right now.
Girl, you just turned
Waterproof, sweatproof, and I'm telling you, let me tell
Me on. So
y'all,
you really my boo.
I was sweating like drenching, like I was running when I went out for I was in the show and for the premiere. The makeup did not move.
Oh, I gotta
The
get
makeup,
that
the
shit.
makeup did not move.
Shout out,
Can
while
y'all
we talking
sponsor?
about
We
color-
take sponsors.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shout out to
the
P.
makeup company.
Shout out to Portia.
Is she a local girl?
Stay Ready Cosmetics. She is actually in Florida,
Okay.
but her makeup
Hey, don't be
is
breaking stuff.
phenomenal. Her,
We need to tag her later. 'Cause, like,
She-
come on and
it's
send us some makeup
phenomenal. I'm
because
telling you.
it is really hard for women of color to find. Like when I tell you, I went to Ulta, I went to Sephora, and thankfully, when I went to Sephora, it was a sister in there. I wish I remember her name because me and her got the same complexion, and she was like, "Let me get you together."
Yeah.
And she held my hand and walked me through. It felt like
Well,
my
that's a
first
good
time. Like she
person.
popped my makeup.
She
chip.
was that
That's her
person.
job,
Oh,
actually.
But I
Shit.
want to say, like, to Mimi and to Ray, like, I'm looking at you, and one thing that I've always appreciated about darker skinned women, the complexion is there. The crisp and skin is there. Like, the melanin is given.
What
And
you
the
say, it's
sad part
poppin'?
is,
It's popping.
it
Thank
took
Thank
decades for us to get to a point where we could look at all the shades of us and have appreciation. And even now, there's some of us that's trying to be woke, but a lot of us is still somewhere.
Yeah.
So I look at her little black ass. You go get your little black burnt ass in the house. And this is an adult. I've heard that shit in the
No.
store. And we talking about grown ass people talking to little kids. Like, the
That's
foundation
crazy.
start at home.
Absolutely.
For
Do
me,
y'all
I
know why
had
that is though?
Why is that?
It's generational.
The
It's
conditioning.
conditioning.
on-
Absolutely.
on-
And that's
Absolutely.
why this
That's where it
conversation is getting had.
The-
We are breaking this generational thing.
for me, I have 4
Everything
daughters.
that's I'm gonna say everything that's black is bad. That's what they teach
Yep.
us, right?
Black
male,
cats are bad.
but
Black
really,
cat.
but
Oh,
really,
yeah.
but
Black
black
Friday.
male, Black Friday, right? All of that. I mean, we can have a whole show on Black Friday if you want to.
Baby,
But,
yeah.
but anyway, everything that is black is probably the best shit for you, right? Nothing
Right.
occurs in nature that we supposed to eat that's just white. It's all
For
bad
me,
shit.
I have
I
4
think black
daughters.
is its purest state.
3 of my daughters are very fair skinned, and then I have my chocolate baby. But I make sure to reinstill them because I grew up with my cousin who always said that if it wasn't for my mother instilling in her that she was beautiful, and she was beautiful because she was a chocolate girl, that she has the
wouldn't have felt
confidence
that You know what
that
I
she
think, though?
has.
This is
So I make sure that I do that for her.
black and men is different than it is for women.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I think it's a
No.
reverse thing. Like
wanna know
the
what's
light
crazy?
skinned man is the lowest on the totem pole.
Now.
Now.
yeah,
Think
now.
about movies
But
in
back in the
90s.
day,
In the 70s
Yeah.
and 80s,
Yeah.
not so much.
Yep.
And
yeah,
even when
think
we
about
was
even the 90s.
young.
Think about all the movies
Shamar.
that we, baby.
No, Shamar was gay as fuck.
Look, we know Shamar like
He
that.
is. I'm
But
sorry.
they-
He was fucking Tyler Perry.
So basically, what y'all
Oh,
saying is
Nikki
we
is
went
like,
through the
what's the
same
number she
thing
wanna
back
call
then.
in?
What's
but
the
y'all
number?
basically
Put the
gonna
number
go-
up, Mark.
Yeah.
The number's
Oh,
been
yeah,
up on the
people
screen.
gonna call in.
Number
I'm
been up on the
listening.
screen. Number been up on the screen.
For
I
sure.
mean, y'all
they
go
quiet
through it
tonight.
now.
But that's because we are the original people, right? They want to attack us. Look at now, we have mass shootings, and the core reason why they do that is because their race is dying out. Right?
We just had a hate
and
crime in
you know what I'm
Buffalo.
saying?
Can't
Again,
forget Buffalo.
Remember the
over
one
and
in
over again.
Buffalo? He
It's
said he
definitely
did it
a
Because we are the
delusion.
original
the
people,
white
and they're
race.
they're
That's
trying to
literally
preserve
why
the
he
white
did
race
it.
again, right? And
It's
so
definitely a delusion of the race
we are the
because
original
everybody's mixed.
Everybody asked why did I keep my daughter home from school this year? First of all, I have the blessing or the curse, or depending on how you look at it, of not having to work or not working. So when I tell you I take the time to actually teach them Black history, and I don't do the Martin Luther Kings and Rosa Parks.
It's deeper than that.
Way
deeper.
And we
deeper.
talk about kings and queens. We talk about dynasties that we have had. The richest man that has ever existed in the world was a Black man. He was so rich that I can't remember what country my man's walked through, and he fucked up their whole economy because he threw so much fucking gold that it made everything, all their money worth
And that's
nothing.
deeper than money.
He had like a following with him of thousands. He had bitches with buckets of gold just tossing that shit.
Was he from Timbuktu?
He was from Africa or something like that.
Timbuktu was a
He
real
was
wealthy country in
taking
Africa.
whole countries. He was literally, he is literally the richest man who has ever existed.
Wow.
And you don't hear about him. Kids don't get to hear about the things that are not beautiful. They don't get to hear about the white people who wanted to free us, but what they don't tell you is Lincoln freed
He
Black
was gay. Did
people
y'all see that show?
as a fucking
No.
as a
Who's
military
that?
employee.
Lincoln was gay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I seen that.
Was he?
So
Yes.
first of all,
I didn't know that.
I will send y'all the link. It's
Please
a whole
send
show
it to
for
me.
Pride. They
Send
talk
it.
about Lincoln and his boyfriends
So
for
look,
real. Slept in the same
Lincoln-
bed and everything.
I did not know
Lincoln
that.
I mean, it's not
freed
like gay
us
is new.
as a
Mansa
No,
Musa.
gay is not new at all.
Mansa Musa, that's the rich African dude.
Thank
Shoot,
you.
Black
Thank
women
you.
wasn't the only people getting raped.
Okay,
Men was
absolutely
too.
not.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You better believe it.
Especially in
Man
the
were too.
European culture, they was
Yeah.
definitely in the misogyny and all that.
I mean, if you look at the damn Roman Catholic Church, the statues on there depict young
Men on
boys
men.
giving oral
Yeah.
sex.
Oh,
to
Yeah.
we
women.
definitely know
Look,
about the Catholic
y'all not
Church.
gonna
and
make
they
me-
did
Pump
everything.
being raped by the men
Y'all not
and
gonna
the
make
women.
me lose my historical fact. I'm
What y'all
telling
think
you.
about cabin boys? You know, cabin boys
Cabin
was
is
on
not.
ships, so they can
I-
sleep with the
I have.
cabin boy.
I have.
What do you
I'm
say?
sorry. Cabin boys.
No.
That's what the cabin boy's responsibility was?
Yeah.
part of it.
Part of it, yeah. But what I
Wow.
was saying was Lincoln didn't even want to free us. He didn't give a
Of
fuck
course
about
not.
us.
Yeah.
He freed us to weaken the South, and he didn't want us in the United States. His original plan was he was gonna free us, and then he was gonna box all our nigga asses up and put us on a fucking boat to the Caribbean. Which me
Marcus
personally,
Garvey. I'm
I'm mad as fuck he ain't do it. I could have had them island hips. I could have fucking had an accent, been eating motherfucking Ike and fucking healthy off the island. And son of a bitch.
I actually
Oh.
think segregation was a bad thing. Like desegregating, we should have stayed segregated. It was better for the community. The fact that this is probably like taboo that I'm saying that. I feel like when Black people were forced to work and live in a community together, it was better
We
for
were
the community.
stronger.
It was
Our
stronger
money
because
stayed in our
everybody worked.
community.
And I'm about to say that's the
Yeah,
reason
they
why
did,
they
yeah.
they
That's why
integrated us.
That's why
They didn't integrate them.
That's why
Yeah.
they killed. That's
Right?
why they
It-
killed.
Yeah.
Was it
Black
Tallahassee?
Segregate us.
It
I'm gonna
was,
stay in my community
Oklahoma.
every time.
Yep.
And you know
Thank
what? While we're talking about colorism,
Tulsa.
I wanna say something about Black business owners, because that I don't think a lot of us realize when we talk about price. because we always say, oh, why is it higher when I go to a black-owned beauty supply store or when I go to a black-owned restaurant? Fun fact, there's colorism and racism within
True story.
the markets. So
Absolutely.
like, it
Absolutely.
is hard
Yeah.
to open a beauty supply store as a black person because it is hard to get a contract with a company that supplies your products that will even work with you are reasonable because they penny the market towards Asian people.
Well,
They
what it is-
shut them out.
What it is they basically they use group economics, right?
Yeah.
They basically unionize themselves. They got 12 beauty supply stores, right? And they go to their distributor, right? Their distribution company, wherever they get their products from. They say, hey, it's a black-owned beauty supply store that is open in Detroit. One black-owned, two black-owned beauty supply store. This is our competition. So either you're gonna charge them higher for the products, or we're gonna take our 12 accounts somewhere else into another
Yeah.
distributor. You know
And
what I'm
if
saying?
you're a restaurateur, really, I'm not talking about just your mom and pop Coney Islands, because most of them just go on the GFS. I'm talking about the person who is going and making like world class plates, because Metro Detroit has some really elevated dining experiences that are ran and owned by black people.
Absolutely.
But it is harder to go to the
I'm
places that you need to go to get the product that you need, because who is more likely running a place that's catching the fresh fish?
Especially nowadays when we had the value of the dollar depreciating and
Exactly.
everything seems to be getting more expensive when it's really not. It's just the value of the dollar is less because they pumping more of this fake ass
Yep.
paper money
Yeah,
into the
like
system.
I was doing a party, and it's this specific juice that I like. It's a mango, orange, or whatever. I like to mix it with drinks sometimes. So the Sam's Club I went to on this particular time, I was in Madison Heights, maybe. So I asked them, like, you guys don't carry the juice? He said, oh no, we don't carry that in this community. So
What does that mean?
it felt very, very racially biased.
Because
I
it's
was
a
like,
black-owned company.
because it was a more of a ethnic flavor, I suppose. So I guess that's why they didn't carry it over there, but they carry it on 8 Mile and Losser.
So I went to Central. When I went to Central, I experienced colorism, but I would like to say that racism really hurts me more than colorism has ever fucking hurt me.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And that's just being honest. So when I was like a kid, I was teased with being yellow and all that shit. But I don't know. I had a mother who pumped love into me, so it never was anything that really like just
That affected you.
just killed me. I fuck you, you know what I mean?
Right.
But when I went to Central is when I realized like racism definitely was a different experience to me, to realize that I was at the lowest of totem poles. Like, you know what I mean?
Because we're under the trashiest and
Yeah.
lowest of white people.
So when I lived in Texas for a year, and I didn't live in like Dallas or some big city. I lived in it's a little tourist town. It's like an hour outside. What the fuck is the name of it? My brain really wanted to blank that shit out. But I worked at Waffle House, and in this particular town, that's where all like the big football players live. Grapevine, Texas. Boom, came to me. So this one night, I would have nights where, because I was trained to work the grill and waitress, on slow nights, I could work a whole restaurant by myself. I don't know why they would do this shit, but I would be in that bitch by myself, which I didn't mind. My fat ass got to eat shit, go outside, blow weed, talk all the shit I wanted. The shit was live. This one night, I turn around and it's a white dude and a lady. And he is covered. He's in a white tank top. And he is covered in every kind of racist epithet you could think of all over his body. And my heart sinks like, please God, don't let me be on the Dateline episode. These motherfuckers about to
Because it
torture
goes down
me
in the
and-
Waffle Houses.
Oh,
Shit go down in Texas.
So I am panicked. So I walk over, and Waffle House literally in their training, they tell you, do not judge a book by its cover.
That sounds like some racist shit in
It's
itself.
Waffle House teaches you that you never know each person's story. And because we serve such a diverse group, never judge how a person looks. So I'm still gonna go do my thing and do my razzle dazzle. But in my head, I'm like,
He's
I
gonna
mean,
It's
kill
looking
us.
real dangerous.
I'm like, this life really ain't been shit. Fuck it. We gonna do what we do. So I take his order. Super nice. Crazy nice. They chit chatty with me. They are actually the perfect table. They are funny, easygoing.
Did they tip you?
Baby, we gonna get to that.
Because I'm in the industry.
We gonna get to that. Because when I tell you the tips in Grapevine, I could make a rack in a day. When I left, it was my birthday, and I literally left with probably over a rack. I had people come in just to get that motherfucker showed out. Woo! But I got brave, and I was like, I'm so sorry. Please don't murder me. I have to ask. He was like, the tattoos. I'm like, you seem so lovely, and like you don't seem racist. And he was like, I'm not. He was like, I got sentenced to 15 years when I was 17, and I was a frail little white boy. He said, I didn't even do it. He said, my friend committed a murder, but I went down with him because I watched it, and I didn't tell. He was like, honestly, I was shook. So he like, when I got to jail, prison,
to survive.
he was like, I was
You had to
baked.
survive.
He said, I really was about to get tossed. And he was like, white boy guy come out, and he like, leave him alone. He like, I didn't even realize he was a skinhead at first. And he was like, next thing you know, they protected me and telling me their opinion. And it's like, do I follow them, which I don't believe in, but they keeping me safe? Or do I go out on my own and be bait? He said, so I did it. He said, I'm in Texas because it's some program. It's like Operation something where they take people who used to be racist and they remove their tattoos for free.
Wow. That's interesting.
And the guy who runs the program, he used to be a skinhead and covered in tattoos. And he said
beautiful, actually.
he woke up
Yeah, it
one
is.
day and really realized.
What's interesting about that to me is, don't you know how we've always used the phrase racism as a taught behavior?
Yeah,
But in this case, racism can be a forced
Yeah.
behavior.
Yeah, it's
you
a
know what I'm
good way
saying?
to-
Some
yeah.
people like, and we
Survival.
know that,
It
and
was
we know
survival.
that because some kids grow up in families. You know what I mean? So
Definitely.
it's not that they forced into that. No different than
Gang.
a baby being born by two bloods. I was just about to say
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
Crips. You're not a Crip. You wasn't born.
Yeah.
You were born a human.
And that's the
You was
thing.
taught that.
How many videos do we see where babies is like reaching out to black people and they loving, and then you see like a toddler and they like, how Hitler, and you like, how the fuck? Like, cause they parents that have 5 years to program them and tell them
Yep.
this is why you hate.
Or this is wrong.
And the crazy part is the fact that we have some version of that within us, in our own community,
Yep.
still is mind blowing.
Okay, because we are black people are very racist.
Yeah,
Well, wait.
we're racist.
See, to be prejudiced maybe, but we don't have the power to be racist.
Because we don't have
We don't have the power to
How?
hold anyone
No, so
back
look,
from any
explain
kind of
that
thing,
to me.
from any
I
other
got-
race.
Racism.
That's what racism means. We can be
Racism
prejudiced. We cannot
is
like them
when
for.
a person of power, of authority, of influence uses puts another race or people down or whatever for their color. That is the basis of racism. You
That's-
have to
okay,
have
so-
power. You have to be
That's
somebody
black
who
people
has
with
control.
Okay.
most Mexicans.
But
let's say-
we're prejudiced.
So
what do you-
white people can be prejudiced, racist, but we can't.
Yes.
So what do you call
I
a
understand.
mother?
No, 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 no.
But I don't
A mother and a
understand that
child.
because they're human just
What?
like us.
A mother and
What do you mean?
A mother and a child. What do you
What do
call
you
a
mean?
mother? So, I have somebody that was in my life, and this person has a kid, and the way that this person speaks about white people is those crackers. I hate them motherfuckers, them pinkies, da 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 da. Now, and in that case, you are a person of authority. This is your kid,
So
adolescent, like 4
what's
or 5.
crazy? My daughter is 5.
But listen, let me say, you teach your kids these, you say these things. I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
teach. You say these things around your kid, and your kids pick these things up, right? So now your kid is in school and come home, and that bitch can't tell me nothing. She a pinky, mama. What do you
Right.
mean?
And listen, I gotta go with Mimi.
It's
My
tough.
you are.
opinion
That's
that has
authority. You are
changed.
authority. That's
But
racist.
what-
My
That's
opinion
what's
is that
taught
you
to
can
change
teach
here.
No,
racism.
let me
You can
tell you
teach
what's
hate.
fucked up. My 5-year-old
You can teach racism. You can teach hate.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
Listen.
I agree because I know there are. I used to say we couldn't,
She's
but
teaching hate. That's not
Yeah.
racism.
Yeah, that's
racism is your ability
Hold
to
on.
hold someone back because
hold
of the,
on.
you ain't even we ain't in a position to do that.
Mark, I'm gonna tell you what's
Go
going
ahead.
but we can be.
My
Okay, you got a
5-year-old,
point because
I
we
mean,
can be.
yeah.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
But
It's a
isn't
form,
prejudice
because it's
a
not gonna
part?
come-
Of,
it's not
isn't
gonna come
prejudice
from
the
nowhere.
main
It is.
principle of
Oh,
racism?
That's a good point.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I
did
don't
not-
understand how we can't be racist, but white people could be racist.
So wait,
I don't.
I don't feel like
understand
nobody
that.
should be racist.
Well,
but-
that-
Nobody, but
Nobody
I'm just
should
saying,
be, but
nobody
We
should
don't.
be exempt.
Okay, so if
should
we're
be
saying that
exempt
racism
because-
is a power thing, then in
That's pretty much
definition,
what it- that's
if
what I'm
power
getting at.
is in that definition, we do not have the power to be racist because
Exactly.
Yeah, we
racism
don't have
is
power.
is
But it's a
deeper
prejudice.
than it's a prejudice, but
Yes.
racism is deep because racism goes so
My
much.
I guess
5-year-old,
as a-
I live in a house where I am friends with a Chaldean person. I have white people in my life. I've always had a multicolor of friends. I didn't realize that my 5-year-old was watching the news just like I was. And one day, her godmommy, who she don't say white, she say my godmommy is peach. But she's still trying to understand why godmommy look white but not white. She busts out crying, and her birth father is in prison. She busts out crying. She said, "Mommy, I hate all white people." She said, "White people kill us and they hurt us, and white people put my daddy in jail, and godmommy is a white person." And she broke her promise, and that shit broke my heart. And I asked her, "What do you mean white people kill us?" And I was so oblivious. To this day, hurt my heart because I was so oblivious. Because while I'm watching all these
She was
court
conditioned.
cases,
She's looking at TV.
and I'm watching all these MSNBCs, she's watching it too.
Yeah, I
And
guess.
it's-
My son knows who
instilling
George
in
Floyd
that-
is. He know all that stuff.
And it's instilling.
My dad is. I just feel like anybody can be racist as long as you can bleed like me. You can be racist.
I guess
And
in a
that's- and
situation
that's
like
just-
this, so
and that's
if
just
I'm a
my
black-owned
opinion.
business, and just to get straight to the point, if I don't hire this chick because she's white and that's the only sole
That's
reason,
racism.
I
then I
mean,
get. Yeah,
the-
but I guess as a whole, like we don't have
The power to be racist
as a
group.
I would
as-
say what racism is to me is systematic. That's
Definitely.
that's what separates you being prejudiced from being racist.
There you go. They're not.
It's systematic because racism is the fact that black people don't own the houses, that black people don't own the business. Those are all things that the government integrate into their system to keep black
why the
people
damn
down.
car
Have
insurance
you
is
guys ever
$1,000
watched
in
that
Detroit,
show
and it's
that Killer Mike had where
Oh,
Yes,
that was
I love
fabulous.
Killer Mike
had
show.
to
Where's
live off of
Shout out to
things
Killer
where-
Mike.
And it
created
was
by
nothing.
black people.
And it was nothing.
And he
I know.
couldn't.
He had the
do
Bloods
shit.
and Crips pop. Did y'all see
Yes,
that?
that was
Yeah.
right.
Coca-Cola.
It's
I
on
need
Netflix.
him-
What's
I
the
need
name
him
of
to do a
it?
It's on
second-
Netflix.
proposal.
Go back and
It's
watch the
called-
Killer Mike
just
show.
If you
It's
search
lit.
Killer Mike, it'll pop
He
up.
got a show on Netflix.
I
It
need
was
him
lit.
to come out with a
Yeah,
season two.
he couldn't drive. He could only do things and eat things.
Yep.
And smoke
That's a dope
weed
show.
and everything.
No,
And
you didn't watch
couldn't
this show?
Smoke weed.
I'm saying.
Did you watch the show?
I'm
now?
saying
No,
that
I
was.
didn't.
The,
Oh
that
my
was
god, y'all,
example.
that's so dope. So he get
Wow.
this farm, right? It's episodes. He get this farm, and everybody on this farm gonna build their own country. So everybody comes to the farm. They put it together like it's a lit show. They build their
Yeah.
own country, their own rules, their
My-
own government. Yeah, like
My favorite episode was the one he had about religion.
With the sleepy dude.
And yes,
And they,
and everybody
it was the
like,
religion of naps.
Yes, naps and weed. It was naps, weed, and journaling. I was so big.
What's our letter for tonight? You got
Okay,
let's
okay,
hit the
yeah,
letter.
we gotta hit that. So tonight's letter is
PZ was a great reader in school.
Yes.
She was in level 1, grade A, so she's gonna
Okay.
be a reader tonight.
Period.
Ladies, you meet a guy, vibe bomb as hell. He's doing everything to capture your attention. You've been talking for a few weeks. He's invited you out on an all expense paid trip. He gets you your own room and he has his own room. One day on the trip, you go to his room and he has a chick in the room
Climax.
that he met on the trip. It's clear they've been fucking for a while. Ladies, will you continue with the talking stage or are you done? Mind you, you just start talking for 2 weeks. He got you your own room and he paid for the
All
entire
right,
trip.
PZ, you go first. What you doing?
As a single woman and this happened to me?
Yep, you single. Claude, she's single. This is single PZ. Different rules.
I'm about to go and find me some fun. You having your fun? Let's all have fun then. That's how it's gonna work for me. Or I'm just gonna go take your bitch.
But here's the thing.
I might have fun with y'all and still go find my own thing.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, probably gonna go with C. I'm gonna fuck you and her.
And I'm
I'm gonna turn up on
I'm
the
on my
trip, but
own.
when we come back, if the dick better been fired. Because other than that, I don't know if I'm a.
I don't even want to.
I mean, it depends.
It depends on how much I like them. It all
depends,
depends on how much
yeah.
I like them. If I like you a lot,
What you doing?
then I'm good. I'm
He
good
would have
on
to be
you. But if I
fine.
don't like you
If
that
I,
much,
that's the thing. If
I mean,
I'm
I'm
but
good.
in 2 weeks, how much can I like you?
Yeah, if I don't like you, I'm good.
How much
Yeah.
can I like you in 2 weeks? For real, for real.
I don't know.
Exactly.
It depends.
I don't feel like I know you.
listen,
Yeah.
How much did I like you
mean,
to start talking to you?
right?
So,
It
I mean,
depends.
it depends.
Because if the vibe is
Excuse
there,
me,
and
let's
But if the
not-
vibe is there, you will be fucking up with a bitch
Excuse me,
before you fuck
hold
me.
on.
My PUSSY takes precedent. How the fuck you done brought me on a trip and you don't want to fuck me before you fuck this
Hold
bitch?
on, excuse
What
me.
is going on
Let's
here?
not talk about we don't win through the process of financial, because real talk, a bitch will go out of town with somebody just off the strength. I
don't.
Hold on.
That's-
I mean,
we killing that
No.
tonight. That's
No,
that's the
no,
podcast.
because based off the letter, here's what I'm assuming, because it said he paid for everything, so that means she got a round trip ticket in her name that he financed. It's a room to herself that is in her name.
And
that
for me, that
financed.
means
He
wanna
knew he
fuck
was gonna be
you.
fucking old girl. on the
If, to
trip.
me, if that means
As
I'm gonna fuck you, if I did
long
all
as I
that,
can-
I'm fucking.
Look, you
But no,
made it,
why
so
not
I
say
did
that
doing all of that, he
Yeah.
expecting to fuck
If
anyway.
if I'm not staying in your room, it's no guarantee that you fucking me.
Yeah,
You
so
bought me my
that's a
own
red
room.
flag too. Like,
You
what the
bought
fuck?
me my own
Hold
room.
on.
But I felt
But let's
disrespectful
not-
because don't expect
Yeah.
me to fuck.
Yep,
Just
boom.
because I went on the trip with you, I
That's
feel
a
it was
big- but-
respectful.
That be the
that's
mind frame. That be the mind frame. If I pay for your ticket, if I pay for everything financially, if I pay for you to have a good time, you got to spread them legs. You got to do what the fuck.
I'm not coming if I don't want to fuck.
Period.
Period.
That's all it is.
I'm that girl.
But-
I'm not.
Why would you
I
even
I
go?
stay at home.
My weird,
Thank you.
my
I
weird
good.
perverted ass, I'd probably be turned on like, oh, you really respect me enough to like pay for everything and like go get a bitch to just pop off.
To one of that.
And then I'm gonna be like, make that bitch eat my pussy.
How about I don't know. I'm not going out of town with nobody who I ain't fucking yet. How about that?
No, I'm going to town. I done been on out of town dates. Like our date was out of town. Like I done been on out of town dates.
So note to self,
'Cause-
bitches, if Mark Ash would
But
go out of
you
town,
prove my point. You are exactly why I said what I said.
Because I'm not going to inject steroids into the shit like it's 2 weeks and I'm about to take you out of town. So now
I done been
it's
on
like,
out of town
okay,
dates.
that's
I'm
cool
about to
because
say, I've been there.
okay, and to each his fucking own.
Yeah.
I'm not the nigga that took you out, and my thing is,
And I wouldn't have
I'm
went
not
out of
gonna
town
get you
if I didn't
attached
have
to
like no attraction.
I'm
Like,
not
it
gonna
was
get
like,
you attached
Yeah,
to no
I wouldn't go
bullshit.
out of town with you if I didn't have any
All the
intentions to
times
be
I've
in.
been
There it
to
is.
town
And then on
with
top of
man,
that, in
we
that early stage of the game, why the fuck
Period.
am I doing all this extra shit? And
Listen,
you gonna fall in
Now,
love
if
with
I go
you
out of
gonna
town,
expect a
I
trip every
intend
week now
on-
and shit like that.
I mean, if
I
you gonna do
mind
it, just
fucking
take
you
her out, get a double bed,
and make
try
you
your
fall
luck.
in
Okay.
love before we fucking leave.
Okay, we about to be on the balcony eating
If I go out of
pineapples,
town with you,
nigga.
that's exactly what's gonna happen. So if you fucking with another bitch, I don't know. It's too much going around.
I don't like it because I feel like you should be chasing this pussy right now. How the fuck you
Okay,
chasing
what
it?
did you even invite me here
Because
for?
like you said, my pussy take precedent, baby.
Like I'm confused. So I'm here. You done brought me here and you done club and found some more pussy. I'm
I'm
good.
gonna add some shit. So
He ain't find it. She came.
Hold on.
She flew her in too. They been fucking.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
listen,
Okay.
it's
Right.
clear
She got
they
a room,
been
too.
fucking.
can I add a hypothetical?
Well,
here?
I need some more
Let's-
money or
let's
something,
just
motherfucker.
say-
You don't have to come out with it. Future.
Let's just say, not only did he get you your own room, your round trip, what if in this scenario you have ate at the finest of restaurants, you have drank nothing but top shelf everything?
Now you see how big his
If
dick
he is if he is taking
out.
you shopping and
ain't
you
that big.
and real talk, if you
Damn.
smart, you got a pocket full of money yourself.
Yeah.
But you
Okay,
ain't
for
had-
sure.
Yeah.
But you ain't had to touch it. Cause the nigga is just on it like, I sent you an outfit for dinner tonight. I looked at your
Then you know what I
size,
might
like-
say, Tawana?
You know what? If
Mine is real, mine is real.
Yeah, what I'm saying for. I wasn't trying to fuck anyway.
So what?
So
So
thank
what
you.
about it?
Yeah.
So do the okay. So my
Okay, we
question
gotta
is, did
get
the
your
girl
question
know?
in, and we're gonna have to start wrapping it up.
Okay, did the girl know that the other girl was there? Like there
No.
was another person?
No.
So for me, if you don't tell, if you paying and you don't tell me, you saying, yo, come out here, whatever, I'm gonna pay for your flight, we gonna enjoy, you gonna have a good time, that changed the whole entire situation for me.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate on that one because maybe that's his way of being honest. So it was a conversation after you seen that, because as a woman, you can go in there and act like you didn't see it, or you
Or it's on you. It's on you how
address
you
it.
react to
I'm
it.
gonna
Yeah.
address it, baby.
You got, if you address it, that goes with his response. If he like, yeah, so yeah, I flew her out too. I flew you and her out. That's my friend. You know what I mean? I kick it.
You my friend.
Yeah, you my friend. We I'm dating Diddy voice. Okay.
Okay. What we is.
I just want to know where
Real
you
bad.
What we
Real bad.
We go together real
I
bad.
had a lame nigga try to set up a threesome with me and a bitch. And me and the bitch, I come over and there's another bitch there, and we both check off on him together. She got a fat dumb donkey ass. Shout out to my nigga Aries.
So we're gonna have a story of the week for you. As we get away from Tawana.
Cause that motherfucker popping, ain't it?
My
the
life
life
is
of
so boring
Tawana.
compared to. I'm listening. You.
Me and her.
Okay,
did
so
it.
Damn.
Tawana gonna
like
keep us
that.
live next week. What are we talking about next week? We talking about sex workers.
Sex workers.
So,
Sex workers.
are you with it? Do you think it should be legalized? And
Legalize
you know what?
it.
If you know somebody who in sex work, definitely make sure you put them on next week's show. Because we
Okay.
would love the call-ins, baby. You know the tea gonna
can
be
call in
juicy.
anonymously.
Okay.
Yeah, call in anonymous.
We'll cover your name.
I keep telling y'all hoes.
And
I
how
charge
they
by the
how they
pound.
get to make that decision to do that?
Look,
Like that's
Okay,
what,
well,
that's
mentally, who will
Yeah.
put you there?
Oh, that's
Like
that's.
Bush.
Ooh, yes,
Okay.
yes.
We definitely gonna get into it. We look forward to seeing everybody next week. This has been a great show. We appreciate you ladies coming through.
Miss
Yes.
Mimi on the track. That's me.
Okay,
and her,
Mimi
y'all have
Kitty,
a-
we
Mimi,
got-
Mimi, and
we got a
Ray
Ray
and
and Sunshine.
We
Ray
about
and
to-
Y'all gotta come back.
we about to have a
Come
three-way.
back.
She don't
This
even
is
know.
Definitely come back. Yeah,
In the
she-
life of Tawana, y'all.
She
Love
always acting bad. That's gonna be the name of the Tawana segment. Acting
Look,
bad.
acting bad.
My daddy and his girlfriend said they was gonna watch tonight. Daddy, I'm sorry.
Every week.
Acting bad.
Every week she
On
apologizes.
couches, acting
that
bad.
before you even came on.
Don't watch next week's episode.
They know they daughter.
Period.
We look forward to seeing y'all. Make sure y'all tune in, share the show, and sponsor. God damn it. And we ain't shout out nobody
We
until
get
you pay for
sliders next week.
sponsorship, nigga.
Yeah.
Look.
I'm over here dying.
We
off
have
the
mom
line.
spaghetti this week.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.